Hello sports fans and welcome to a very special Planet Zoo Animal Racing Challenge. Today we're racing 1,000 mute swans. And no, your ears aren't deceiving you there. I have painstakingly acquired and placed 1,000 mute swans in the game to see what happens when I attempt to race them. Why am I doing this? Well, with the launch of the Eurasia Animal Pack, all of my dreams have literally come true and we finally have swans in Planet Zoo. I've waited so patiently and so long to see swans in the game that isn't a mod. For such a momentous occasion, I figure what better way to honour this introduction than to set up an epic race. Racing is what I do best after all. So here we are in this lovely city map I've created. You may recognise this park as the setting of my ongoing City Zoo project, but alas today it is all about the swans. As such, the park's been returned to its original historic estate setting, and this provides an ideal environment to race 1,000 swans. So let's take a look at the course. Our swans start the challenge at the parking lot here, then they'll venture across the road and into the park through the main gate. From here, they'll work their way up the main thoroughfare, through the Sundial Memorial and on towards the stately home. Then they'll be working their way around the mansion and into the hedge maze, where I've got some distractive enrichment items set up in here that may slow some of them down. If they can successfully navigate their way out of the maze, then they're into the chess courtyard. So some chess tables here in the way that they're going to have to navigate around. Then it's back out onto one of the park's main pathways, and they will be coming up to the halfway point at this point through the colour tunnel. From here, the swans will navigate their way out of the park and around the fountain courtyard and then back onto the main road. There's a long run up the road there, bringing them back into the park through the side gate. From here, they'll work their way through the children's play park, and then we get to the swimming portion of the race through the large lake. There's a number of floating hazards they will have to navigate here, working their way under the bridge, and then a straight run through to the floating finish line. And yeah, if all goes as planned, that's the race. So here we are, around the back of the parking lot starting line, I've got 5 holding pens set up containing 200 swans in each. When you're working with thousands of animals, this is a necessary step because you can't simply add them all in one go. So 5 holding pens set up here, and I've been cramming them in groups of 200 and letting the vets obviously take a look at them, make sure they're all in optimum condition, ready for the race. Next step is to move them all over to the starting line and we're ready to go. All right, here we are. 1,000 swans in a parking lot. A whole 1,000. Quite a sight really, isn't it? It's taken me 5 hours of fiddling to set this up properly, so I'm hoping they don't let me down. Oh yeah, breathing is absolutely turned off at the moment because I think my game would just melt if they all started breathing now. And to prove there is indeed 1,000 in here, if I go into the zoom menu, select all animals, and there you go. 1,000 out of 1,000. I've even individually named them all 1 to 1,000, so we can check which number is the winning swan at the end. Ready at the starting line. This one in particular looks keen to go. Got the game face on for sure. Couple others close to the barrier, but they're facing the wrong way. We'll have to wait and see. Right, barrier up and we'll get this race underway. We'll take a second for the game to repath the swans' navigation. We have suddenly given them a lot of freedom. Oh, here we go, movement. I knew it, Feisty Swan is the first one out the gate, and plenty more taking the initiative. That's what we like to see, good start here, plenty of swans joining in. No hesitation across the road. Swan in front is through the gate, and that's a great early lead there for them. Very clear space between them and the other swans coming through from behind. Absolute perfection. What a glorious start this is. That's at least a couple of hundred already through the starting gate, making their way up there through the thoroughfare to the mansion. Up to the sundial, and frontrunner has a clear lead over the other swans there, trailing behind. Curious if any are going to attempt to shortcut through the sundial. Let's see. It doesn't look like it. They're all obeying the rules at the moment. But mansion up next. Let's see how they tackle that. We're up the stairs, okay. No slowing down yet. Still a good lead for us. Swan in position 1. Oh, no, hang on. No, they've stopped. Oh, no, first takeover. That's a cluster of 3 now, gunning for position 1. Stairs down though, this might be a little tricky for them. Let's see. 1 down, no problem. Bit of hesitation from some of the others and a potential pile-up situation around the corner. But clean lead as we get towards the hedge maze. Something weird going on here. Oh no. Oh dear, what's going on? I guess not all swans are coping well with the stairs. But frontrunners are into the maze. Oh, another stoppage, looking confused. Either figuring out pathing or is it, victim of the distraction devices. And more stoppages up here. That's weird. Not entirely sure what's going on. It can't be good, can it? Jeez, that's a lot of swans in one spot. Oh dear. This race has taken a different turn, I think. Oh, flying. What? Why? What's wrong with that one spot? Are they all going to do that? Hang on. Okay, right. I'll leave them to it whilst our other swans in the lead are now up to the chess court. Little detour around the tables, but it doesn't seem to be phasing them too much there, does it? Nice little conga line going, so there are indeed some swans making it through the maze unfazed. A few more though have given up trying to run. Maybe they want to play chess. Our front runners now making their way around to the main pathway again. Got a good little swan waddle going on here. Here we go. 2 swans in front now as we get to the halfway mark and we're up to the colour tunnel. Certainly a breakaway front group as the rest seem to be struggling with that maze. At least here we're making good progress. Oh, apologies. Little bit of lag as we're going through the tunnel. 1,000 swans plus a bit of water animation will do that to your game. Hopefully it settles down now. We're out. Still a bit choppy. I think it's all those swans getting stuck in the maze. It's got way too much to process, I guess. We've got 1 swan broken away from the group as we're approaching the road. So clear leader here again. Oh, hang on. Nope. We've got a rogue. Let me briefly explain the situation. I'm an old hand now at running these races in Planet Zoo, and the races that have huge quantities of animals like the 500s and the 1000s and 2000s, it does something quirky with the animal pathing. Of course, I've done a trial run with 1 swan on this race and they made it around the course fine. The race area is all self-contained and they shouldn't be able to escape. But when you add 999 more swans, the pathing does weird things. You do start to get what I like to term as rogue animals that don't obey the rules. Which of course you've witnessed here by our lead swan running off course. Now this isn't new to me, it happens all the time in these big races, and what I normally do is I box the animal up and send them off to the trade centre as a cheater. Interesting turn of events for this race though. As you can see in this footage, I attempted to send this rogue swan off to the trade centre and the trade centre button doesn't work. So I figured I'd check in the animal tab just to see what was going on, and this happened. Yeah, see all this glitching here? I'm not pressing anything with this, it's just doing it all on its own, and then it ultimately crashed the game. I tried one more time and it was exactly the same crash situation. So, something new for this race, we have to let the rogues roam free. Any more swans running off the course, we have to let them get on with their own path. So yeah, that's the situation. Let's just get on with the race and ignore those pesky rogues. Righto, I have reloaded the game and it looks like there is 2 swans in front this time as we're approaching the road. No need to stop and look, they're safe of course behind the barrier there. Not like swans obey the laws of traffic anyway in real life even. So just making their way around the fountain here and then they'll be back onto the main road again. Still 2 swans a little way ahead of the rest of the lead pack. Wonder if they can keep that. Running down the long road will certainly give other swans an opportunity to pick up the pace and maybe they'll be able to overtake. Of course, we may also get some stoppages. They do have a mind of their own and sometimes decide they just don't want to run anymore. To be fair, with a fresh reload of the game, it looks like that's actually influenced the pathing a little bit and they're all on track, which is nice to see. Coming up on the tallest building in this map that I've created, and still just 2 swans in front and a larger group of front runners just behind them, so still time for them to catch up. A few seconds more and they have a pretty sharp turn to navigate back into the park area through the gate, so let's see how they manage that. No interaction here with the zebra crossing at the end. And a straight through, some very nice turning action there from our leader swans. Still just 2 swans neck and neck as we go through the children's play park. Let's see if there's any interaction with the equipment, or maybe they'll get distracted and want to play on the swings. Here we go. Looking pretty unfazed by it all, aren't they? There is a log in their path, so maybe they'll do something weird over that. Nope, they've handled the logs with ease. But here's a very crucial point in the race. We're up to the lake. This means the swans have to show us how well they can swim. And any hesitation getting into the water could mean a change in our leader here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So the 2 swans in front, they are melded together now. That is in fact 2 swans, and that could mean trouble if they don't change positions and both swans are still in this position when they get to the finish line. We're going to have a tie. Here we go. Trouble afoot. Rogue swan incoming. Oh, there's a few of them. Oh no, there's quite a few of them actually. Just look at all these naughty swans, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about them. Running on water, flying through the air, and of course the ones simply phasing through a solid barrier. At least I've still got a decently sized group of sensible swans that are playing by the rules, unlike these jokers. Oh geez, now they're going to affect the poor swans in the race still. Look at them all. I think there's more rogue swans than there is swans still racing. Oh, I'm beating them up with the footballs as well. Hey, maybe they're helping, clearing a bit of a path for them there, aren't they? I'd estimate there's at least 100, I think, still left racing. Hey, turn of events, one of the merged swans has turned around. So we now have a clear leader again. Phew, wouldn't want it to be a tie situation. Something's distracted it, so good news for the swan in front now, I guess. Finally clear of the footballs and approaching the bridge, we have 2 distinct lines now formed of the different swans. Picking sides, hugging the floating barrier under the bridge. They are forced to get a little closer together, but certainly there's 2 distinct lines. Now, which one knows something I don't? Why aren't they going down the middle in one conga line? Who knows? But certainly 2 swans seem to be the standouts now. Picking sides, but they both seem to be about equal distance away from each other. Oh, this could be trouble for the swan on the left, coming up to some rogue swans going the wrong way. Naughty swans. Didn't want to compete anymore, but they're quite happy disrupting the swans in the lead, apparently. That's some foul play there. Well, 1 set of water hazards to go, and it's still looking pretty neck and neck here on the water portion of our course. So close to the end, and I think swan on the right does have a tiny advantage there. Yeah, I'm sure they've definitely slipped into the lead, just a tiny fraction. So close for swan on the left, but the rogue swans unfortunately seem to have sabotaged them. Almost at the platform. Can right swan do it? Have they got an advantage here? Let's see. They've done it. They're up first, just across the finish line. Here we go. Oh no! Taking a sharp right. What? They've gone rogue? Oh my goodness. They were about to win, and swan on the right has gone rogue at the very last 10th of a second. Oh, how tragic is that? Oh well, you know what this means? Let's check in on the left swan. On the platform, no hesitation, straight over the line. Sneaking victory at the very last second. So let's see which one won. 694. Congratulations, 694. You are the winner of our Swan Park race today. And of course, I had to check. Commiserations go to 803. Our would-be winner, but went rogue right before the finish line. A very unfortunate end there for 803 indeed. In turn, congratulations to all the swans that behaved themselves and managed to get through to the end of the race. I'll be having harsh words with all the rogue ones. Also, big thank you to everyone that's watched through to the end. Hope you've enjoyed the events of today. If you have, please like this video and share it with others so I can get it in front of more people. Word of mouth is absolutely the best way you can help the channel grow bigger and better. Either way, big thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.